Turn me up a little bit, or just a little bit more. I got a message that I want to send across the world. Listen, baby.
One thing I will tell you about that particular trip. So I think most of us have traveled a bit, been in environments where there's not a whole lot of us, where there's not a whole lot of Black people. And I've seen some polls go online. I've seen a lot of conversations online where people say, do you really, like, when you see when you see another Black person, you're the only two, do you give them the nod? And it was from the context of somebody being in an environment and they didn't get the nod. They gave the nod and it wasn't returned, and he was disgusted and wanted to fight the other Black person. He didn't, but and I was like, yeah, you always, isn't that like customary? Like, you always give another Black person a nod when there's only two Black people. Don't you always give the other Black person a nod? Well, I think my opinion has changed because me and my wife went out on a date night while we were on vacation. Shout out to my grandparents. Each family gets a night to go out while they look after the kids. So I went out with my wife, and while we were at dinner, we were sitting down. I saw another couple walk up, and it was a white guy and a Black woman, and it was the first Black woman I had seen in like 5 days. So I was excited that I saw her. But they went and stood at the bar because I guess they were too late to get a table. So they went and stood at the bar, had a couple drinks, and then they turned back my way. But they were both looking, and it kind of looked like they were both looking in my direction, and I was like unsure of what to do. Like, at that moment, like, I kind of wanted to give her the nod. But then I was like, am I embarrassing her by giving her the nod? Like, I feel like the nod is best executed, like, not in private, because you're rarely in private, but at least without an audience, right? Without like a whole audience. Like, it was a whole audience, and I don't know, like, something inside me was like, well, if you give her the nod, then it might come off wrong. Like, I felt like it might come off wrong with giving her the nod. She didn't give me no nod. So, I mean, I had every indication it was Omarosa but you know, I was getting Omarosish vibes. I was getting Omarosish vibes. I don't know that they were Omarosish vibes, but even if they weren't, I was like, I could be making it weird by giving her the nod. So I just didn't. I just didn't. But I did it from a place of respect. Like, I wasn't ignoring you. I was unsure. And so out of a place of respect, I did not give you the nod. So anyway, I give you that. RP said always give the nod. I mean, I guess I could have just started giving a round of nods. I mean, would that count, RP? If I just start giving everybody nods, would that have worked? Then she was covered. Supervillain said, you give the nod. I didn't want to make the situation weird. I thought I might make the situation weird. Yeah, you kept me going through COVID, man. I'm a nurse. I didn't use humor more than I express. I've been trying to be here ever since I was in one. Kit, man, I appreciate you, man. You know I appreciate you, sir. Always. Honest Mechanic said it's standard opera. I know it's standard. That's why it occurred to me. It's not like I forgot. I just felt like it was misplaced. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want her to think I was like, I didn't want him to think I was trying to holler. You know what I mean? I didn't want him to think I was trying to holler. Right? I don't know. It just felt weird. It was off. The energy was off. Here's a question. Do you still give the nod when the energy's off? You still give the nod? If it might be a Stacey Dash. Then what? You give a nod to Stacey Dash. Then how you handle that? You know, say it weird or not, you give the nod. Here we always give the nod. Ray, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. If you don't nod, you might die. Is that what they told you? Is that really what they told you? All right, let me see what they're talking about on Instagram. Wow, laughing emojis. Somebody said Reese Waters, you are a communist. Nice. Haircut. Thank you, A-Team. I appreciate that. I worked hard on my cut. I did not. I did not. Chris Snively, sometimes your shot misfires. Bro, the nod misfiring and not being returned is more infuriating than holding the door and somebody doesn't say nothing. That's infuriating. Or you let somebody in traffic and they don't give you the wave. That's infuriating. But the nod not being returned, way worse. Way worse. Way worse. Now, I don't want to be in the business of, I guess while I'm saying, I don't want to be in the business of measuring energies and then deciding I don't want to give the nod willy-nilly. I don't want to do that. Right. So to your point, honest mechanic, I don't want to be in the business of, oh, well, she don't get a nod. Oh, look what he got on. I don't want to be doing that. So, but this was a specific case, though. You know, nod and keep it moving. Auntie Melanie, I couldn't keep it moving. I was seated and they were staring at the thing looking at me. So if the nod misfires or I make it weird, I'm stuck. Like I'm not. If I was passing through, maybe I can give the nod. You know, TP said, Reese, I'm in Germany, and when I give the nod, I get the look as if something is wrong with me. See, that's unacceptable. I would have stopped nodding by now. TP. I'll be honest. You're not going to look at me weird. I'd have stopped nodding by now. You are a better, I was going to say a better man, but I don't know that you are a man. You are a better person than me, TP, because I'd have been stopped nodding if I was you. That's unacceptable.